Hey Slut Limblin, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today is 3 looks with 1 palette, and that palette is the All Done Up palette by Blend Bunny Cosmetics. So if you'd like to see how I got this look and 2 others, then just keep on watching. Let's do a more, really for me, neutral look, but play with the gel liner, the cream gel liner that Blend Bunny Cosmetics just released, along with the All Done Up palette for this look. I could not resist. I was like, okay, a wing, yes, but also little gleams. I just feel like, because neutral looks are out of my comfort zone, I was like, let's give a little pop of extra and do a dramatic cut crease. So, to start out, I am going into the shade Ready, and I will be taking the Makeup Shack T66 brush. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm trying to look and see where my brushes are because I have quite the mess. So I'm going to take the shade Ready with the Makeup Shack T66 brush, and I'm going to just take it down. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to extend it down my nose, the bridge of my nose, just a little bit. And pop it into the crease. So now I'm just going to take that shade onto the lid about 1/4 of the way and put it in that outer V. I'm going to try to do this kind of rounded. I just felt like doing something super dramatic, but also like not as time consuming as like a full-on cut crease. I felt like it would be a lot of fun. So I'm just packing this down and just taking it to that outer corner about right here, like where you would start with your liner at the like end of your lid, the edge of your lid. I'm just building up that shade to get it ready to blend. With the Doe Color number 11 brush, I'm going to take Pouty and blend out Ready. So I'm just going to gently just pat it down. I like to start on the outer corner of my eye. You can start wherever you're the most comfortable. I don't know why I do it like that. Sometimes I rotate though. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll start from like the inner bit of my crease towards the bridge of my nose. Sometimes I'll start on the outer corner of my lid and whatnot. Just whichever you're the most comfortable with is what I recommend. Everybody does their makeup a bit differently, different techniques and whatnot, so it works for you and you're comfortable with, give that a go, but that's just how I do it. So once I have this shade built up, I'm just going to gently do back and forth windshield wiping motions with the lightest amount of pressure to just slightly diffuse the shade, just a little bit. And then I'm going to take this DeWalt Beauty Lounge brush and the shade Close Up, which is a stunning, soft baby pink, and begin to just blend out Pouty very gently. Gently, gently, gently. So when I got up this morning, I went and made my coffee, and lately I've talked about how I've just kind of been having a hard time. So I had made a big pot of potato soup because I love potatoes, and potato soup is like my favorite. Like I did that for breakfast with my coffee, and I went and turned on YouTube to watch some TV for just a little bit while I did my chores and worked on my videos and stuff like that. And I realized that there was a Cartoon Network channel live streaming like the classic Cartoon Network shows. So I sat in there working on my video and getting my stuff ready for Instagram, and I was watching Like, it was Cow and Chicken and Courage the Cowardly Dog, and the Courage the Cowardly Dog episode that it was Return the Slab. I was like, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. And then there was a couple of Ed, Edd n Eddy episodes, and I love Ed, Edd n Eddy so much. Like, one of my favorite cartoons ever. And then Codename Kids Next Door, and I was like, oh, this is giving me like all the feel good vibes of being at my Grammy's house during the summertime on summer vacation, watching these shows with my cousins and my brother, playing Barbies and Monopoly and cards, and just happy times, and that kind of was nice. So with the dough color number 12 brush, I'm taking the shade Pouty and just gonna kind of bring it back. Blend and blend and blend. I just feel like I just want to be upfront with everybody if I'm not having a real good time, because I very much like go with vibes, and I don't want to put off like weird vibes. And I'd rather just be a little open about it. And I talk a lot anyway. Like, I'm definitely a oversharer, like 8 days a week. So yeah. So with the same brush, I'm going to take Ready, and I'm going to touch it up just a bit right here on the outer bit. Just do little baby blenderoos. Circular motions, clockwise and counterclockwise. I'm really not exactly sure when this is going to go up. Right now it's Friday, October the 21st. And so Sunday is the 22nd. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to get it ready to go up by then. But I might try to give it a go. I don't know. I just know that last weekend I was doing that 4 looks video. I stressed myself out. That was just because I had overslept a few days and stuff like that when I was needing to edit. And not just that, but when I went, my husband and I, we will go ride around and just do like little mini road trips so that I can take my computer and work on my videos. I do better with that than sitting home, because when I'm home, I think about like all the things that I need to do, and I want to do anything other than just sit down, right? So we had went on a trip and I was gonna edit, but instead of editing, I didn't. I was just like talking to my friends, talking to him, like I just didn't want to edit. I just wanted to be out of the house and not working on anything. So I kind of got myself behind, but it is very important to talk to your friends and spend time with your loved ones and just have some time for yourself. Alright, now that my lid is carved with the Gerard Cosmetics Queen Canvas in Fair, I'm going to take the dough color number 14 brush and the shade Starlit. Well, I'm jumping ahead of myself. I always do that. I'm going to take that dough color number 12 brush and a tiny bit of Ready, and I'm just going to kind of pat it onto that base. About like that. And then I'm going to use Starlit. I'm going to just pop it on and lightly blend it with Ready. So my camera cut off and I'm not quite sure where it cut off, but I've applied Starlit with the dough color number 14 brush, and I'm going to use the shade Wink now and pop it on and blend them together. So now I'm going to take Shine with my finger and pop it on the inner corner. I'm going to clean that brush off, and then because I don't trust my fingers, because I feel like they're a little bit meaty for this. Cue the Mr. Krabs saying big meaty clothes. That's how I feel about my fingers. So I'm going to take this brush and just hug it up to that shade and into the crease onto the base. And I just feel like this is so cute. I'm gonna touch Wink up just a bit because I took that shine a little too far over, but that's okay. They blend beautifully together and they're just like an iconic duo. Beautiful. Beautiful. I feel like this eye turned out better than this one, but whatever. I take pictures of this one, it's easier. I'm left-handed. I don't know what it is about like me trying to hold my camera and like get a picture of my right eye, but I just about can't do it. Like, I just say it's because I'm left-handed, because apparently that's backwards, but I always think it's cool when I find out they're left-handed people. I'm like, hey, left-handed club. All right, I'm gonna probably voice over this bit because I cannot wing and talk, and I definitely cannot gleam and talk. So this will probably be a voiceover for me doing this. I'll try to zoom it in. If it's not a voiceover, like, quick question though, because I wanna know your opinions. If I'm doing like a graphic liner bit or a wing liner or something like that, would you rather me like do a however long it takes, like a voiceover over that bit, talk you through it, or do you mind if it's zoomed in and I'm not talking? Even if I'm doing the voiceover, I will zoom it in and talk. What do you prefer? I want to make my content be what you like, and it literally takes me like maybe 20 extra minutes to like go through and write out the script and do everything else, so it's not that big of a deal. I can do that. I just want to know your feedback on it. So let me know, do you want me to do in the future whenever I'm doing like a wing liner or like the stars, the gleams or whatever, would you like for me to make that a voiceover every time, or is it okay if it's just zoomed in and I'm not talking? Just, I want to know your opinions. All right, so I'm gonna get started on the rest of this. I'm gonna pop some gems on, go do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. What do you think? I feel like it is rather neutral, but the shimmers just go and give it like such a nice... Oh, I have a mascara flake. I feel like the shimmers just go so beautifully with it. And I had to add some glitter tears, just kind of, or shimmer tears. That's kind of just been what I've been doing a lot lately. I usually like to do it when I do halo eyes, but I was just like, you know what? I need to have a little shimmer tear. It's a whole mood. Let's do that. Yeah. And so for the lashes, I use the Saint lashes. I use Noctilucent for the highlight. I use Tease, the lip set from Blend Bunny Cosmetics for the lips. Use the gel liner to do the wing, do the gleams. Yeah, so I have to say I am absolutely in love with the cream gel liner from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I had a feeling it was going to be amazing because I have not tried anything from Blend Bunny Cosmetics that I haven't loved. So I was like, I know this is going to be good, but I'm really interested to see. And let me tell you, the brush is just so, with it being so thin, I put it back in the little plastic bit. With it being so thin, you can really get your liner to be sharp. And it's a very, like, I will be using this brush a lot to do my little gleams too, because I felt like doing it that way, I was like, oh yeah, this is just multi-use. You can do liner, graphic liner, you can draw other things, you could draw your stars, I'm sure you could do like moons, whatever you needed to do to draw, doodle on the little eye here. You got your eyeliner pencil, and it's really good. So, which look has been your favorite? This is going to be the first look because the past 2 days have just been chaotic, a mess, stressful. So the first look that I did was a voiceover, and then yesterday was kind of rushed, and then today I was like, well, I'm going to get in here and try to be as in-depth as possible, but make this be the first look to the video because, yeah, I'm talking too much. Let me go ahead and let's just get on to the next look. I have to admit, this is probably my favorite look out of these three. I felt like a magical fairy. Anyway, I'm priming my lid with the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair. I'm not taking it all over the lid because I'm not quite working on the entire lid to start out with. So I'm just putting this down, and I'm going to use a Wet n Wild brush to get it nice and blended and more even. Then I'm going to put my Crown Noir Queen of the half cut crease stencil on so that I can do some like really right up in the crease blending. So with this beautiful all done up palette, I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T66 brush with the shade Shapely, and I'm adding it into the crease, taking it to about the arch of my brow and angled up towards the arch. Now this is pretty precise. I felt like it was cute. I was really excited with how quick I got this look finished. So I'm just taking it and I'm building up the shape, starting from about the inner corner of my crease and taking it up and then kind of slightly angling it up towards the arch of the brow. And I'm going to blend that out with the T2 brush and with Muse. My bad, I was getting all excited. Taking Muse to blend out Shapely, and they just go so beautifully together. Now I'm taking that dough color number 14 or number 12 brush. I'm using Vision to blend out Muse just to soften it up, and I'm going to go back in and touch everything up in just a minute to make sure everything is nice and seamless and super pigmented. These greens are gorgeous. With the Makeup Shack T2 brush, I am just touching up Muse. Now I'm doing this really tightly in the crease because I want it to just have like that super thin blend and look more bold, but just like tiny little blends. I hope that makes sense, because the way I'm going to carve the crease out, it's just going to be like a small little depth creation, but a nice, beautiful green blend. After going in and touching up Shapely and Muse, I'm going to go back in with Vision just to get it all nice and blended out. And then I'm going to touch up Shapely just real quick, just to make it all nice and gradient and evenly blended. Let's remove the stencil. Yes, okay. that's a nice little shape we got going. It's kind of angled up, so with the micellar water on a Q-tip, I'm just going to get it to the shape that I want. I want it to be more like from the crease upwards with just a tiny, tiny little blenderoo, like with the depth shade right there, and have it nice and sharp. So now with the clean canvas and fair, I'm just going to apply it all over the lid and get a nice and sharp cut crease. I know I say that a lot, but I felt like this was really precise and I was really excited with how it turned out. So I'm just applying it all over, even under my brows, to slightly carve them, because I did take a little bit of the foundation that I used to carve my brows out. I took a little of it off in the cleaning process. So now with the e.l.f. and J.Kissa J5 brush, I'm taking this shade Smokin', because we're going to do a nice little smoky wing with this. I'm taking it from that outer corner of my lid, angling it up towards the end of, or the tail of my brow, and I'm just applying this all over like I would normally do an eyeliner, except I'm just using an eyeshadow, which works just as well. And also can help you to do a quick wing in a hurry if you need to not be worried about having a watery mess with your actual like liquid liner. I love to just take some black eyeshadow and have that be like my stencil sometimes. Saves a little time. So with the Makeup Shack T66 brush, I'm blending Smokin' out with Shapely just so that it has that nice smoky effect. You can still get the green, just have a nice and gradient and pretty blend. Now I'm adding just a little bit more Shapely, so all of the shades that I used in the crease I will be using for the shadow wing, but I will also be taking Knockout just to soften it up, taking the white to blend out the shades. I feel like adds a nice effect, so that is what I'm doing right here with the fluffier brush, is taking a bit of Knockout just to make sure that everything looks as airbrushed as possible. Feel free to go in and touch up any of the shades that you feel like need to be touched up, because with blending you can lose a little bit of pigmentation. It's just easier for me to go back in and touch everything up. That's, like I always say, I'm a little bit repetitive with my steps, because I will start with one shade, blend out with another, then blend that out, and then go back in and touch everything up and just blend what needs to be blended, if that makes sense. That's a lot of blending. But now I'm just really focusing on taking Knockout to make sure everything is nice and soft and getting ready to play with some gorgeous shimmers. With the Doe Color number 14 brush, I'm popping on a bit of Wink. Look at how pretty. That is so gorgeous. It's like the softest, babyest pink. It's just, and it looks like it's wet. It's just so pretty, and it's making me feel like a magical fairy. I don't know what it is about these greens with that Wink shade, but Wink is next level with this color combo. Now I'm going to use my finger just to pat on a little bit more of Wink and get it up towards my brow bone where I would normally highlight with the shimmer. And then I'm going to take the same brush in the shade Shine and start from that inner corner of my lid and blend it with Wink. And oh my gosh, Shine and Wink are just the dreamiest. So I'm going to take some micellar water on a Q-tip and sharpen up that wing to make it look pretty sharp. It's like a nice smoky green eyeshadow. I'm going to go back in with Knockout, or well, with Smokin'. I'm stumbling over my words today. I do apologize. Going back in and touching that up, cleaning it up, and we're done. Alright, so this is the finished look. I feel like it's giving fairy vibes. I love it. I want to try to do, like with this 3 looks 1 palette video, use 3 of the other rows that I hadn't used already, and then maybe do another video using the other one, and then I have used every shade in the palette. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. But what are we thinking? I used the Saint Lashes and the Tease lipstick, Noctilucent highlight, transient, even pop that on the inner corner. I feel like it's really cute, goes very well with the look. I used Far Out for, I want to say Far Out. It's either that or Phenomena. See, here we go again. I always get them confused because I like them both. I use them both. No, I used Phenomena right there. I was like, Far Out. And I don't think that's the one I used yesterday. But yes, this is the look. And this is the first look that I'm filming for the 3 Looks 1 palette, but it's going to be in the center because that's where I like to put my voiceovers. So I'll see you in just a second with another look. Let's do a grungy fall blend. So I'm going to use the shade Doe Eyed with the Blend Bunny B2 brush. And 2 is having the big one. She's like, I want in. So I'm just going to take this and pop it in the crease. My lid's primed with the Drawer Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair. And I have on my Crown Noir Queen of the Cut Crease, Half Cut Crease Stencil. Please don't mind Toot. My husband had to get a shower and like she loves him. She's obsessed with him. And I am in here doing this and she's like upset. I'm popping this into the crease, and when I get past the tape, like where my eye, where the crease kind of stops and starts to go out, I'm gonna take it and flick it up just a little bit. I'm gonna gently, gently, gently. And then I'm gonna take that shade and go from the outer corner and connect it. And just take it out just a little bit. Now I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T61 brush in the shade Unexpected. And what I'm going to do is just gently blend out Doe Eyed with it. Back and forth windshield wiping motions with the lightest amount of pressure, but I'm also like patting the shade down before I go back and forth with it. Just right where it's already diffused from using that B2 brush. And I'm going to take it right underneath here on that outer corner of my eye and blend that out just a little bit as well. And I'm going to touch up Doe Eyed just a little bit with that same B2 brush. Just do little baby blends. With the B1 brush, I'm going to take just a little bit more of Unexpected and just gently use that tiny bit to kind of diffuse the shade. Do a back and forth windshield wipe motions and a little bit of little clockwise and counterclockwise little spinnies. If you go clockwise, be sure to go counterclockwise, clockwise, vice versa, for a more even blend. So I'm going to take the Sigma E25 brush in the shade Features and just start to kind of pat that on to blend out Unexpected. And do the same thing here. I'm going to go in and touch up Unexpected in just a second, but I want to go ahead and diffuse it. It's going to kind of go away, but I'm going to bring it back here in just a second. I've cleaned off the B2 brush and I'm going to take a little bit more of Unexpected and just kind of gently, barely even touch the brush to my skin. Pop that on with Doe Eyed, just blend it a little bit, bring it back a little. It should more so feel like the brush is tickling your skin right now, because you're not using very much pressure at all. You're just bringing that color back. And I'm going to take a little bit more Features just to soften everything up. Let's remove the stencil. Okay, I'm going to clean my lid off with a little bit of micellar water on a Q-tip just to kind of get the shape, and then I'm going to carve out my crease and then pop on some of Centerfold because look at how gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to pop on a little bit of Centerfold. I'm starting out with my finger, and then I'm going to use the brush, the Doe Color number 14 brush to get right up in the crease, and then I'm going to touch up Doe Eye because I lost a little bit of it in the carving process, but that's okay. I'm just going to get this beautiful shade down. Look at how dreamy, and it reminds me of honey. So gorgeous. So with the Blend Bunny Cosmetics gel liner, I'm going to do a little wing and a little inner cat eye wing, but I'm going to add some of Enlighten from the Noctilucent palette for my inner corner highlight just real quick. And Enlighten is beautiful. This whole highlighter palette is just the dreamiest. I wish that I could capture the reflex and the shift to the palette. I might see if I can have, like if I have time later, take it outside in the sunset to see if I can get it to translate, but it is absolutely beautiful. So I'm popping that into that inner corner right there, and I will be putting it on my face as well. So let me do a wing. I'll probably voice over this bit because I cannot wing and talk. I will mess up. Sorry about that, my card ran out and I'm in a hurry because I have an appointment to be at soon. So yes, I just lined everything and I'm gonna go do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. which look has been your favorite? What did you think of the swatches? Which shades stuck out to you the most? What looks would you like to see me create with this beautiful palette next? All that good stuff. I kind of had to do this one all out of order, so you're seeing this look quite a bit. But yes, let me know what you'd like to see next down below. If you'd like to keep up with my awkward face and shenanigans while I'm not here on YouTube, I will have all my social medias linked in the description box down below. If you'd like to keep up with me while I am here on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. It means so much to me. It means a lot to me. It helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it so much. And I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to watch this. I cannot express to you how much it means to me that you've taken the time out of your day to watch my video. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so without rambling entirely too much, thank you again for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!